Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Justine, and today I'm going to be doing another unboxing. As you guys have known, I've started to filter in my videos with my life here in Japan, some of the small stuff. Disregard this mess. I'm going through like cleaning out my house and trying to reorganize before I pack up and intend to move in about 9 months. So all right, so good morning. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've posted. I've kind of been sort of busy, especially with all this COVID and crazy stuff happening here in Japan. So today is the first day I've actually been allowed to get outside of where I currently live and like travel more up north to Yokohama and just outside of Kawasaki. So I figured today I was going to spend the day doing some thrifting because I haven't done that in a very long time. It's been a while since I've actually been able to like go out into Japan and actually start thrifting. Two things. One, pardon my hair, it's raining right now. And two, pardon my face bumps. I know I'm an older person, but I still get face bumps, and it's particularly because I have to wear this mask all the time, and it's a reusable mask. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. So anyways, so I was able to go to a book off super bazaar up north, a little bit to the west of Yokohama, like the northwest part of Yokohama, and I was able to find two things that I actually started looking for. One is this amazing pouch in the Monogram graphite, which is the black with the gray monogram, which was like everything that I loved and I wanted to see it. But I was able to get it for just under $240. And this is like practically brand new. Was like very slightly used, very slightly worn. And I was able to look at it and do all of my inspections while I was still in the store. So this was actually made the 7th week of this year. So yeah, this is fairly brand new. So this is made probably around towards the end of February, and now it is July. So yeah, pretty new. Snagged this up for a lot less than I would have had when I would have paid in the store originally. And then something else I snagged up, which I'm not 100% sure if Louis Vuitton even still makes this, but it's something I've been looking for a little while now. But it's actually just the monogram, the card holder, not the pocket organizer that is like this and has two separate sides, but this is like the actual card holder, the one that actually is more of a horizontal card holder, vice the vertical one. And so I was really excited to get this because I've been looking for this all online, trying to figure out where I could find this at. Like I said, I went on to the Amazon, not Amazon, I went on to the Louis Vuitton Japan site, and they this doesn't even come up. But I was able to snag this for less than $160. And so these two small SLGs are going to make a great addition to my collection. And I'm super excited about these. And so good job on my first look, or should I say my first spot looking while thrifting today early on a Sunday morning. So if you want to come and join me, I'm gonna probably stop at 2 more places, and I'm gonna see if I can find 2 more things. So as always, continue and let's see what we find. Okay, so I just left my 3rd place. I didn't videotape the 2nd place because I really left with like nothing. There's nothing really in there. It seemed like it was kind of sort of sparse. So I came a little bit more to the east, heading more towards like downtown Yokohama, and I came to another super book off super bazaar, and I think I hit a gold mine. So I was able to pick up 3 more Louis Vuitton pieces and 2 Movado pens. Correction, sorry, 2 not Movado pens, oh my gosh, Mont Blanc pens, I apologize, and a couple of other things. But I think that what I picked up is so I was debating on if I was going to show you guys or if I was going to wait until I got home, but I figured since I'm already in the car and it's right here in the front seat, I'm about to go ahead and show you. So the first thing I picked up is this nice little wallet. So I've been seeing this wallet kind of all over the internet and all over the interwebbies, and I kind of like it because I kind of like the short chunky wallets that like still get the job done. Like you can still put credit cards in here, you can still put an ID in here, and you can still put cash in the top. And then this actually has like the clam opening for coins. If I can get it open. Sorry. technical difficulties, kind of hard to do with one hand. So I found this one for roughly $140. This is in the Damier Ebene print and styling. The glazing on this is actually like quite pretty solid. Some of the other ones that I found, the glazings were a bit rough, but the glazing on this one is actually really nice. The only thing is it just needs to be cleaned up. There's no peeling or stickiness in the top part where you would put your cash, so that was also a plus. You can't really see in there, it's really kind of dark. But so this was one of the things that I picked up in there, and I kind of liked it. So I happened to see there was like 3 of them in the Monogram Canvas, but looking at it, I didn't want, there were some things I was willing to budge on for the Monogram Canvas, but there were some things that I wasn't. And since I had the opportunity and the ability to get both the Damier Ebene and the Monogram Canvas, I just figured, why not? I'm already here, might as well go ahead and do it. This pimple is really bothering me, but don't look at it. So this is the Monogram Canvas. I like this one. I saw it. This one was also about $140. The only thing about this one though is that some of the glazing is going to need some work. If you can look and see that, if it'll focus on it. But it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too shabby. There was one that was $70, which like was a struggle bus. There was also one that was like $240, which honestly wasn't as bad as this. This one, the pockets, there's no stickiness on the pocket. The pocket on the inside is actually like, if you can look down in there, is actually really nice. So there's no stickiness in there. And the other one that was like a little bit more had stickiness, so it kind of sort of threw me off for a little bit. This one just needs to be cleaned a little bit more on the inside. But overall, like, I got 2 very nice Louis Vuitton chunky small wallets that I like, and it cost me less than $300. So these 2 were definitely a major score and a major win. But the biggest win of this trip, so I saw 2 of these, and one was for less than $500 and the other one was for about $1,100. And so my first thought was, why is the one that's less than $500, why is it $480? And I kept looking and I kept looking, and I'm like, why is this bag $480? And so the sales associate picked it up and he looked at it with me, and he goes, oh, you know, it's due to the straps and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And so I looked at both of them. So before I grabbed the bag that I did, which of course I went for the one that was less than $500, I compared it to the bag that was for $1,100, and I still didn't understand why the bag that was $1,100 was $700 more, or about $650 more than the bag that I ended up getting, because this bag is actually like pretty solid. So I happened to get this. It's a Neverfull MM in the Damier Ebene. I have a Neverfull MM in the Monogram Canvas. I have the GM Neverfull in the Damier Azur, and I've been meaning to add a Damier Ebene Neverfull to my collection. The inside of this was actually a lot nicer and looked a lot better than the other one. The other one was definitely like more dusty and more dingy. So again, I don't understand why this bag was a lot less than the other one, but it has the, you can tell this is the older style because it has the cursive Louis Vuitton. And the other plus, and another reason why I got this one is because this one also came with like a hardcore bottom for this. So this actually like rounds out the bottom, so that way it helps the bottom keep its shape. And I didn't find a problem in here at all when I was looking. Like it's a little bit dusty because it hasn't been used in a while, but like this isn't peeling. This doesn't look that bad. Like a lot of this like doesn't look it. There's not that big of a deal or an issue with this bag. So I'm kind of confused as to why this bag was so inexpensive. This bag was less than $500. This bag was also made in, sorry, I'm trying to like also look for things while I'm also trying to talk to you guys. This bag was also made in 2010, so this bag's about 10 years old. But if you look, so like the handles, like I could kind of see what he was talking about with the handles, but I'm not gonna lie to you, the handles on this one is literally about the same as the bag that was $1,700. So again, I don't understand why this bag was less than $500. Maybe there's like a curse or something. There is some wear and tear on the sides and on the bottom. It's just slight more wear and tear. Actually, it's about the same as the other bag, but The only thing I can think of as to why it was less than $500 and the other one was $1,100 is possibly due to this. So if it will actually, I don't think it'll, let me see, when we're trying to get this. But if you look at it, it looks, the tassels look kind of iffy. I'm trying to get that to zoom in, but it's not, but it doesn't, it just looks like it maybe melted. But it still looks fine. It doesn't look too shabby. I may end up getting it replaced. That maybe what also happened. It may be that someone attempted to repair it and it looks like garbage, which is not a problem. I'm just gonna go take it to Louis Vuitton and get it replaced. But yeah, so this was definitely the score of the day. There's a couple of things, so I have been meaning to add this to my collection for quite some time now, and it's just because I wanted to have the trifecta of the Neverfulls, and so maybe now that I'm able to do that, maybe it'll actually show up a little bit better. If that would, it's not going to, okay. But, so yeah, so now I have the trifecta of my Neverfulls, which makes me really super happy about it. But yeah, this is definitely the win of today. Everything else was just like an added bonus. The stuff that I found before that I was super excited about, I think pales in comparison to this bag. Like it literally, I saw it and I was like, oh, let's go see how much it is. Probably like $700, $800, $900. Let's see, probably about 12, 13, 14. And then I saw the one that was for 11 and then I looked over and I was like, does that say $4,800 or does that say $480? And I looked a little bit closer and I was like, oh, it actually says $480. And then I immediately thought to myself, why is this $480? It doesn't even make sense. But sorry, my camera's kind of, I'm in the car and I'm trying to like do this setup, but it's like kind of sort of not working as well as I wanted it to. So now I'm kind of crooked, but there we go, we're gonna fix it. And then I was also able to pick up my favorite Mont Blanc pen. I love Mont Blanc pens, like I just can't get past it. But I was also able to pick up a couple of Mont Blanc pens. This pen cost me less than $100. This is a ballpoint pen. I'll probably do a better edition of this when I get home and get a little bit better. But yeah, so third time's a charm. I love going thrifting, especially on my days off, because I always end up finding something unique or something that I've been looking for a while. The couple of times, like a few times ago when I went thrifting, on one of my days off, I ended up finding the serious suitcases, the serious soft covered suitcases, or the soft suitcases. And like, they don't make those in that size anymore, or if they do, it's really expensive. And I happened to be able to find both the 45 and the 55 and the 55 for less than $300 a piece. And I, of course, got both because that's what I do. But that was a surprise because I'd been looking for that, but I wanted to like get good pieces. And so that was also shocking. And then I just like replaced the handles just to make sure the handles could withstand the test of time, and that cost me like less than $300. So I mean, I love thrifting and I love the ability to go around to Japanese thrift stores because you're just like, you're super amazed at what you find. Book Off Bazaar is like one of the biggest places in Japan that does a lot of thrifting and a lot of luxury thrifting. And so does the Watman place. But we're going to continue. I think I'm going to go to the Louis Vuitton store in Yokohama. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue this. Okay, so I was unable to show you what I got at the Louis Vuitton store yesterday. In case you hadn't noticed, it is now the morning time the next day. I got back home, or rather kind of late, like 7:30, so it's actually a pretty solid day. So just stick with me and I will show you what I got at the Louis Vuitton store. This is actually going to be the culmination of a previous video I did a couple days ago where I went thrifting between Yokosuka and Yokohama, and then I ended with a purchase from the actual Louis Vuitton store in Yokohama. And so I'm going to end with this unboxing. So I actually picked up two large items. This is one of them. So I found a couple of the bags and a couple of the wallets from the thrift store, and then I was able to go into the actual Louis Vuitton store and pick up this beauty. I wanted to pick up one new product it's been a while since I'd actually gotten a chance to go inside of a Louis Vuitton store, so I wanted the opportunity to actually do that, and I did, and I was actually able to pick up 2 things that I'd actually been hunting down for a while, and surprise, surprise, it is not a bag, and it is not a wallet, it is not an SLG. In fact, it is... Ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da-ba. It is the Louis Vuitton history book, The Birth of Modern Luxury Louis Vuitton hardback in English. It was the last one in the store. The sales associate was actually pretty surprised when she picked it up. But I had been hunting this down for a while, and actually my SA in Tokyo had hunted it down for me as well, and she's in the process of sending me another copy, so I will end up having 2 copies. But I bought this book because, one, I absolutely love the Louis Vuitton fashion house, and I wanted to read more about the history. I know a little bit about the history, but not as far as, not too much, not too in-depth. So I just wanted to pick up a book that I could actually pick up and read when I'm having my moments. And that way I don't have to actually go and purchase anything from Louis Vuitton. I could just read about all the fantastic things that Louis Vuitton has come out with. So that is the first thing that I picked up at the Louis Vuitton store in Yokohama. And this is the second thing that I picked up at the store in Yokohama. Like I had said, it had been a while since I was able to go to the store and actually walk around the Louis Vuitton. They finally rescinded some of their restrictions here in Japan, so I was actually able to go out for the day and pick up these 2 items from the actual store itself, as well as go thrifting, which is something I've not been able to do for a few weeks due to the lockdown and the coronavirus and everything else like that. So, and again, without much further ado, this is also something else that I've been looking for and was able to pick up at the store in Yokohama. And of course, my sales associate there wrapped it double tight, actually triple tight. And so this one is actually the Louis Vuitton City Bags and Natural History. And this one actually comes with a nice hard-covered box. This is like, it was actually very beautiful in the store, and the sales associate was pretty shocked and surprised because she actually hadn't seen it in a while. But this also came in English. So it was the English version and the English book in the store in Yokohama, Japan. And this is just the book that has all of the different models of city bags they have. They have the steamer, the different sac de nuit, the square bag, the sac Champs-Élysées, the Alma. And then this is just, again, this is, I'm going to use it as a kind of catalog for some of the things that I know that they used to have, but I wasn't able to actually find way back when, before I became an adult and could actually afford my own products and stuff. So this is definitely going to help my hunting when it comes to vintage and pre-loved items. Like, look at all of these almas. I didn't realize they had made all of these almas and all of these patterns. You might be able to get like a closer view, but that is actually pretty amazing. So it has that, comes with a nice hardcover box. And it also came with the individual cards for the original city bags. So you have the different leathers, and it's a leather know-how. So it has the, like the epi leather, some of the animal leather, and just the regular leather. Words today. So this is a beautiful Noe. This looks like it was in the epi leather. So that card, and then things that you can put inside of the Alma. So this is like, I guess, a vintage what's in my bag in card form, which is also pretty nice. The locket bag comes with that. It comes in with the nice little steamer bag, which I thought is pretty nice. That came out apparently in 1910. Didn't realize that bag was that old. It's over 100 years old. That's very interesting. And then this one is essentially like what's in the night bag, which that is a beautiful bag right there from the 1950s. Looks like it's a suitcase, a hard bound suitcase. And then this one is the bucket and the pochette. It's an X-ray picture of the bucket and the pochette. And then this has all of the iconic bags. You have the Speedy, the Alma, the Neverfull, the Locket, you have the No Way, you have the buckets, you have the Papillon. Yeah, so it has all the like iconic Louis Vuitton bags on this card. And this one, wow. This one has like almost every single Speedy that they've ever come out with. Which a few of these I've been looking for and want to add to my collection. So I think that'd be pretty awesome. And some of the tools that they use to fabricate and make these beautiful bags. So that was actually a really nice find for me. The sales associate was helping me look for some things. There's a couple of bandos that I wanted, but they didn't have the color scheme that I wanted, and I thought I was gonna have to settle on something because I didn't want to leave the store without purchasing something, because it had been so long since I was able to actually go into the store and get that Louis Vuitton experience. So I was actually really thankful and really happy that I was able to find these two hardbound books, which are amazing additions to my collections. I know I do a lot of videos about unboxing bags and small leather goods, and everything, you know, that I add to my collection is something I've been looking for a very long time. I've always loved Louis Vuitton, but growing up, I personally could never afford Louis Vuitton because I was a child and my mother was a full-time nurse. And so my very first Louis Vuitton was the recital bag. And I remember I got the recital bag and I got a super small, I was like, I think it was smaller than the Victorine wallet, but I got that recital bag and that micro wallet as a graduation gift. And I remember being so happy because that was all I wanted in life, was I wanted a Louis Vuitton bag. And my mom like saved up and bought it for me for graduation. And then she said, this is your first one, and this is the last one that I'm going to buy you. And now, since you're an adult, you are now responsible for buying your own bags. And so, of course, then I was like, oh, so I'll never ever be able to have a Louis Vuitton bag, because to me it was always just so overpriced. But it's something you can't, the luxury and the make of it is something you just cannot beat. And as you see on the side here, there's a couple of other bags that I'm going to do a few more videos on. You've got my Giberi. So this piece I'm going to do a video on later. And I'm going to talk about some of the repairs I had done to that. And this bag right here, I cannot remember the name for the life of me right now, but I will remember it shortly. I'm going to do a video on that bag as well. But yeah, so after an entire day of thrifting and actually finally being able to go to the Louis Vuitton store in Yokohama, I was able to pick up these two new book additions to my collection, which is they're going to be great pieces and great centerpieces, especially in the background of my videos, but also in my office and also where I keep all of my luxury items. So as always, thank you for joining. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. Definitely smash the like button. The more likes, the more videos. And as always, happy treasure hunting. I hope you find whatever you're looking for in whatever fashion.